Will the Switch 2 be more of the same that we love but with more power? Or could the Switch 2 be something more than a continuation of the current Switch? Will it be backwards compatible? Or will we be Deluxe Plus Plus and knucklesing all the way to 4K and beyond? Get your best looking tinfoil hat ready and let's dive into the thoughts of the inanimate. With the rumors and leaks about a Switch Pro circulating in prior years, and now the Switch 2 making more of a buzz going forward, the main question on everyone's mind is what will Nintendo bring to the table, continuing the hybrid path, or jumping ship and going a whole new route, with higher-ups like Nintendo of Japan President Furukawa saying back in 2022 that the Switch is only halfway into its lifespan, and with Nintendo of American President Doug Bowser saying on March 13, 2023, the company is still feeling very bullish about the Switch and feel very confident that the Switch can have a strong performance over the next few years. It also seems very clear that with talk from the grapevine about the NVIDIA Tegra T239 being ready to go, as well as being stated as 6 times more powerful than the current chip in the Switch now, it seems like a no-brainer. Better tech, more of what to love about the Switch. And with the Pokemon leak we got about a new Switch model, we can maybe expect at least a trailer soon with the drop of the second DLC between the end of 2023 and beginning of 2024, but with concepts that Switch 2 may not be backwards compatible, whether it's due to not being or able to have compatibility with the new hardware to run the old games, or the cost to make the cartridges is up in the air. An idea indeed, and with the slow game announcements so far as of this recording, with the next game to be Have a Nice Death due out on 3/22/23, and furthest game Disney Illusion Island due on 7/28/23, and with first party games being Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4, it is very possible backwards compatibility will not be a thing. So then the question goes to, if we return to disc, will it be a regular size or will they downsize and try more of a GameCube, or would they decide to go more of the route of the PSP and add a plastic casing to it? Regardless of what the new console will play, it is easy to say it will be continuing on the Switch name with more power and more to enjoy, especially if you also factor in that it was stated by Nintendo they will boost Switch production in 2023, so it's cut and dry. Switch 2 will be Nintendo's own Steam Deck. At face value, yes, you can take this all in and come to that conclusion, especially if you factor in that they stated before that the current Nintendo accounts will move over to the new console, but at the same time you could also come to the conclusion it's not. You may be getting more power, but having to start all over again, all new game, everything reported over. Now we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Plus Pack for insert new console name here, and we get to buy back all of the best selling fun games all over again, this time for the added bonus of running even better. But what if Nintendo goes back to just a home console and they are done with hybrid? And if you want to play on the go, well, here you go then. Now you can just do what the other big boys are doing, cloud gaming. You want to play on the go, you download the app and it connects to your phone. I mean, it works. Or they could just skip the handheld part altogether. Before the OLED, more often than not people would play docked. If not for the drift, it was the shape of the Joy-Cons themselves, small buttons and cramped hands on the toilet or in bed. Does not make for enjoyable gaming, but getting a set of split pad pro style of controller and an OLED for that crisp screen, then yeah, you can enjoy a relaxing game before bed or on the bowl, no problem. But why do that when you can just play on that big 40 inches 4K TV you got? It's better resolution, right? While both are possible possibilities and you can believe in whichever one you want, and root for the side you want the most. For me, I'm split down the middle, for I believe that Nintendo is going to do a blindside move and shock everyone. I'm calling it right now. The next system is going to be a home console. It will not run on the same cartridge as the Switch. I don't really care, to be honest, if it will run a type of cartridge or a disc-based format, but I do believe it will have two 2.0 and two 3.0 and 2 USB-C for a total of 6 ports. And the gimmick they are going to go with is, drum roll please, Switch Dock. That's right, I believe this will not be a Switch 2 but instead a Dock Pro. This will give Nintendo the opportunity to move forward with the same Switch momentum and also open up more options for third-party game developers by giving a more stable one-to-one with Xbox and PlayStation, as well as keeping the Switch a viable option. And yes, I know this sounds like the old Nintendo Fusion rumor, but it wouldn't be the first time Nintendo has reused old ideas. Personally, in my own opinion, the 3 biggest reasons why I believe this is: 1. Miyamoto has said recently, however, the software development itself has gradually become more standardized, so it is generally easier to create playback environments that allow software for past hardware to be played on new hardware than before. However, Nintendo's strength is in creating new games with new hardware. We would like to propose unique games that cannot be realized on existing hardware, which yes, you can take for face value. This just means they are working on new tech, but at the same time, bad translation or not, phrasing it past hardware, new hardware, and not just past games on new hardware, which strikes me a bit odd that maybe it's a hint or slip of the tongue. 2. This one is a little more straightforward. The dock update setting just to update for LAN function, or is it more? Well, I think it's more. Honestly, if you are making a new console where the old one can connect to, then yeah, an update option is needed. 3, and this is my biggest point yet, NSO, if they keep on adding games on it and add on other old consoles like GameCube, which let's be honest, they will, even though making new ports and remastering them is a good money maker. They also make more money with their monthly and yearly subscriptions, and as much as I hate to say it, if Nintendo were to make another tier onto the Nintendo Online service, then GameCube would be on there with games like Luigi's Mansion, Super Smash Bros., Melee, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, and Chibi Robo. That would be great day one drops that I don't see getting any remake at this point. Even though that would be awesome, Nintendo would make more with the subscription plan than a one-time price. Now at this point you are probably sitting there going, okay, so what? I have to dish out more cash for a new console just to dock my Switch to the top, and more money for online just to play GameCube games at home and not on the go. Well, let me stop you there, because obviously the Switch can play GameCube games on the go. Well, most of them. I'm getting to that part soon. No, the real reason I 100% believe and hope this is going to be true is for the DS library. Oh boy, time to get into the part I have been waiting to talk about. DS games, Mr. Dual Screen himself. They could do it like what you have been watching for a bit now, or they can set it up where not only you can dock the Switch for upscaling and performance benefits, but where you can use the Switch as the bottom screen. That's right, not only am I saying this will be a dock for the Switch, but you could also use the Switch as the controller. It already has touchscreen, gyro movement, but also the ability to set up a Bluetooth microphone, giving all the features of actual DS. And then if we jump back to the GameCube, let's think of the possibility of GBA link cable. Right off the bat, The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures and Pac-Man Versus. Top 2 games that need to be launch titles, but then they can also finish porting the last few decent / good games from Wii U. Star Fox Zero and Guard, Nintendo Land, NES Remix 1 and 2, Wii Party U, and Yoshi's Woolly World. Except I do think adding everything from Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World from the 3DS would be a nice addition. And then also they can start porting 3DS games like Kid Icarus Uprising, Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Super Mario 3D Land. And then all they have to do is add better frames, higher resolution, and 2 ways to play with and without an additional Switch. And now you may be thinking, okay, well that's all fine, but I have already played all of them old games. I want new games to go with my new console. And to that I say, what if that old rumor of a 1-2 Switch sequel, what if that happened to be a Nintendo Land sequel? And if they add the ability to connect more than one Switch at a time, then that could add a number of new mini games. Plus, what if they use the new gimmick of combining in the games and we get a few crossovers, like Star Fox and F-Zero, Zelda and Fire Emblem, and of course Mario and Donkey Kong, which with the rumors of a 3D Donkey Kong by the team that worked on Mario Odyssey, and with Fire Donkey Kong being a thing now, maybe, just maybe. Also a Mario Party where everyone has a personal screen could add some new fun. They could add a game mode where everyone can roll at once and move around the board at the same time. But at the end of the day, this is just my own pipe dream. Will there be a new Nintendo console? Yes. Do I know anything about it? No. Is it nice to think of all the interesting possibilities? You better believe it. From the Super Game Boy on the Super Nintendo, to the Game Boy player on GameCube, to the remote play on PlayStation Vita, this idea has worked before and only time will tell. I am Marso, and this has been my thoughts. Thank you.